Good morning, class. So, today we are going to look at the final three parts of our glimpses of the parts. So, we have already completed the Matrias, the company's conquest, the British rule, Ram Mohan Roy, oppression, and dissatisfaction. And today we'll study the sparks, the revolt, and finally the fight for the freedom. This sparks 1855 to 1857. Taxes continued to ruin the peasants. In Bengal, the Santals, who had lost their lands under new land rules, became desperate. In 1855, they rose in rebellion and massacred Europeans and their supporters alike. Discontent was brewing in the East India Company's army too. The white soldiers get huge pay mansions to live in servants, while we get a pittance and low promotions. The Angrez ask us to cross the sea, which is against our religion. Who is the Topiwala to abolish our age-old customs? We must drive out the Angrez. Sepoy Mangal Pandey attacked the adjutant of his regiment and was executed. Thousands of the other sepoys revolted. They were stripped of their uniforms, humiliated and put to irons. Irons means behind the jail. Few Englishmen cared to understand Indian customs or the people's mind. Oh, proud Brahmin soldiers! Do you know that the greases on the bullets you have to bite is made from the fat of the cows and pigs? What? The white man have deceived us too? Soon chapatis were sent from village to village to tell the people that their emperor would want their services. Yes, all my village men will be ready. Similarly, lotus flowers were circulated among the Indian soldiers, that to the foreigners. The masses gave all help and shelter to the patriots. Now, between 1855 to 1857, a tribal group called Saptals were completely annoyed with the British rule. Many farmers lost their land and many started to kill many Europeans and burn them alive and bury them alive. There was a humiliation in East India Company's army too, because of all this conquest. Because when they came to know about the Britishers, that they are abolishing their rule, they are interfering into their religion by asking them to cross the seas, by using pig's fat, which was against their religion. So the Indian soldiers were stripped off. When they tried to protest against it, the Indian soldiers were stripped off from their uniforms and were beaten up terribly. But when they came to know that they had the bullets that contained the fats of the cows and pigs, they couldn't tolerate this because it was against their religion. Then soon the movement of freedom started to grease up. They started circulating messages through chapatis. They used to keep chits inside the chapatis and then they kneaded it nicely and rolled it. And lotus, they used to hide the secret message under the lotus among the masses. Masses means among the public, among the soldiers. And there was a Mangal Pandey who tried to fight the British soldier and hence he was killed, one adjutant of their army. But later on he was also executed as well. So this was all about the spark. The topic, the spark, every topic related to every comic is very relevant. The spark here is relevant with how the spark of the freedom got out in the minds of the Indians. Now, the revolt, 1857. Then there was a violent outbreak at Meerut. The sepoys marched to Delhi. Long live our Emperor Bahadur Shah. The rebellion spread wider. Many landlords had lost their land because of the British policies and they were sore. The white man's rule must end. Yes, we will help you. Now, the famous revolt of 1857 started from Meerut. The Sipais marched to Delhi and started praising Bahadur Shah Ahmed. He helped them in this rebellion, but this rebellion was spreading like fire. Even the landlords who had lost their land joined this movement. Every Indian man, woman, child, every single person started joining this movement, and then they realized that it was the time for the Britishers to leave the country. So now all Indians, every child, every single person were reunited to send British out of the country. Now comes the final the fight for the freedom. Many former rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. The white man has taken away my kingdom. They joined the upsurge against the foreigners. Popular leaders like Maulvi Ahmadullah of Faizabad told the people, "Rise, brothers, rise. The Angrez is ruining our land." The people rose everywhere in Bareilly, Kanpur and Allahabad. Azimullah Khan told Tatya Top, "We should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader in this war of independence." The patriots pounced upon the British and fought pitched battles all over North India. 80-year-old Kunwar Singh of Bihar received a bullet in his wrist. "Mother Ganga, this is my last offering to you." So, by 1857, many rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal and Maulvi Ahmadullah has also started to grow unhappy with the British rule. Azimullah Khan advised Tatya Top to start off with a war of independence, while there was also another story where the Kunwar Singh of Bihar was shot by a bullet on his wrist, and to save himself, he cut his hand. He cut his wrist and it gave it to river Ganga as an offering. You could see that in the image. So by the end of 1857, we have seen the incidents now. We know the entire India had jumped into this rebellion against British. They had jumped into the fire of revolt against British rule, and then the rest is history. We all know what happened after that. And ultimately, because of the sacrifices that they made, today we are enjoying our freedom, and we should never forget this. So children, what do we learn from this chapter? What moral do you get out of this story? I would like to know your personal opinion on this, but I'll also share mine. When there are set of peoples to rule over you, there are always a set of people to file against such dominating persons. There will always be freedom fighters. There will always be rebels in every era that comes. But as today we are enjoying our freedom, we must not forget that because of those freedom fighters, we are living today a peaceful life. By the end of the British rule in 1947, India was completely crippled socially, emotionally, and morally. But the undying spirit of Indians did not let it die completely. They still had hopes and worked really, really hard. And today, India is counted among the superpowers of the world. Isn't that great? You should be proud to be an Indian. No matter what political issues we face, we should always be proud of our country. But not to forget that this freedom has come to us because of the life given by these great fighters whom we have to remember and never forget them. Thank you.